Shalom, I want to give infinite honors and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, GMS, on down, who I learned this truth from. Shalom, Akim. And today's video will be going into, getting scripture on proving that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites. And going to go a little bit into the curses put on the Israelites, and like that. But I had wanted to start off with Amos 3:1 on down to 2, and I'm gonna jump to the verse 6 to 8. It says, "Hear this word that the Lord Yahweh have spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, You only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities." That's why you can see, if you read the curses in Deuteronomy 28, you can see it on the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Proving that we are the people of the Bible. We are the Israelites. We are the Hebrew Israelites, and we not Africans. We not blacks. We not Hispanics. We not Native Americans. That's just like bywords and things that the so-called white man he gave us those names to try to like keep us from this truth, keep us from knowing who we are, according to Psalms 83, that we may not be a nation. I'm gonna get it right quick. I'm gonna read this one more time. Amos 3:1 and 2. "Hear this word that the Lord Yahweh have spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, You only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities." Get this right quick. "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord Yahweh have not done it? Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. The lion have roared, who will not fear? The Lord Yahweh have spoken, who can but prophesy?" And that's what the elect are doing. The hopeful elect. We prophesying in season, out of season. We cry aloud, and spare not. Let me get that in Psalms. Psalms 83, 3-5. "They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent; they are confederate against thee." And it goes into naming naming the other nations that's against us, and Edom, which are the so-called white people. Their biblical name is Esau, Edomites. But yeah, they want to cut us off from being a nation. I'm going to go to Isaiah. This Isaiah 45, 4-7. For Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect, I have even called thee by thy name, I have sure named thee, though thou hast not known me. I am the Lord Yahweh, and there is none else. There is no power beside me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me, that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me. I am the Lord Yahweh, and there is none else. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, do all these things. And he's only the power of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel. He's not the God of these other nations. He's only dealing with the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And I'm gonna get. This not it. Salakia. John 4, 22-24. Ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. And in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. Yahweh is a spirit, and Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. And the point was John 4 and 22, you worship, you know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. So salvation is only given to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who are Israelites. And verse 23 and 24, cuts that Christianity BS, because they don't keep the law at all. They teach that the laws are done away with, and Christianity teach lawlessness. They teach that do as thou wilt spirit. And I'm gonna get there you go. And this going into these false religions and teachers of lies, teachers of lies like Christianity and Islam. Habakkuk 2 and 18 and 19. What profiteth the graven image that the maker thereof have graven it, the molten image and a teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusteth therein, to make dumb idols? Woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise, it shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is none breath at all in the midst of it. You know, and you you people that's in these Christian churches and that's into that's into being a Muslim or a Christian, you know, y'all committing. I'm speaking to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, the ones that's still in these churches, these Christian churches, and still into Islam and stuff. Y'all committing spiritual idolatry. I mean, so like adultery. You know, against the Most High. You know, y'all committing spiritual idolatry, adultery. And okay, Romans. Salakia, Akim, if I slip in speech. Um, Romans 2:13. For not the hearers of the law are just before the Most High, but the doers of the law shall be justified. You know, straightforward. Um, and these teachers of lies, these Christians, and these Muslims, they don't have the fear of the Lord on them. They don't have the fear. You know, they don't fear the Most High. You know, because they do things that's contrary unto the scripture. Until they do things that's contrary to the word of the Most High. You know. Proverbs 8:13. Proverbs 8:13. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, and the evil way, and the froward mouth do I hate. You know. And Christianity and Islam, that's the evil way. You know, that's the evil way. You know, those paths lead straight to destruction and death. Um, okay, Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 18:20-22. But the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods, and the other gods are idols, even that prophet shall die. You know. So you pastors and with deacons and all that of you know, these Christian churches and stuff, y'all gonna die, man. Y'all gonna pay for leading the children of Israel to you know, to a pit, man. Y'all leading them to destruction. And they death gonna be on y'all hands. And if thou say in thine heart, how shall we know the word which the Lord Yahweh have not spoken? When a prophet speaketh in the name of the Lord, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which the Lord Yahweh hath not spoken, but the prophet hath spoken it presumptuously, thou shalt not be afraid of him. You know. And these pastors and you know, at these Christian churches, and these Muslims, um, they don't read, um they don't study the law, or they don't go according to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, you know, they don't know what's permitted or appropriate. You know, do's and don'ts. What we can eat and what we can't eat. You know, because they don't go into the law. Christians, they don't even read the Bible. You know, and yeah, Revelation. Revelation 1:3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. You know, and you got some 2/3. You know, that know the truth. Some of you pastors in these Christian churches, they know the truth. But they not gonna tell the people the truth. You know. Um, I'm gonna read this. 1 Timothy 4:1-2. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. You know, and those that depart from the faith, they many are called but few are chosen. You know, so and and the point was verse 2, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. You know, and these Christian pastors, they conscience are seared in a hot iron, like they just wicked. You know, and but this was going into the guys that depart from the faith, this truth, they leave out this truth. You know, um, but I had got it for verse 2. Um, get, now I'm about to go into let me find it. This Psalms 107, quick precept. Psalms 107, 10-12. Such as sit in darkness and in the shadow of death, being bound in affliction and iron. You know, and we in the shadow of death now. You know, America, which is spiritually called Babylon and Egypt. You know, And because they rebelled against the words of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua and contemned the counsel of the Most High. And we're gonna go to the Blue Letter Bible for the word contemn. Contemn, to spur, contemn, despise. So despise, abhor, despise. Because they rebelled against the words of Yahweh Shem Yahshua and contemned, despised the counsel of the Most High. Therefore he brought down their heart with labor. They fell down, and there was none to help. I'm going to get the other scripture. In Baruch. I'm going to read from the top. Baruch 4:1-6. This is the book of the commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. And I'm gonna get a precept on this real quick. That's John. No, it's lucky. Okay. Here you go. John 11:9-10. Yahushua answered, Are there not 12 hours in a day? If any man walk in the day, he stumbleth not, because he seeth the light of this world. But if a man walk in the night, he stumbleth, because there is no light in him. And we're going to go back to Baruch. This is the book of the commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, and that thou mayest be illuminated. Give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. And O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to Yahweh Shem Yahshua are made known unto us. Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved Yahweh Shem Yahshua to wrath, ye were delivered unto the enemies. And this only happened to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And get Isaiah. I'm gonna get it in the blue letter. Isaiah 5 and 13. Oh, Isaiah 5 and 13. Therefore, my people are gone into captivity because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst. You know, get the word famished. Strong's definition: hunger, more or less extensive, dearth, famine, famished, hunger. You know, and wait, let me read it one more time. Therefore, my people are going into captivity because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst. You know, we lost that knowledge. You know, we had of who we were as a nation. That knowledge we had of us being Israelites and stuff, we lost it. You know, but that was prophecy. You know that we would discontinue from our us knowing that we Israelites and stuff like that. Um, Go to Deuteronomy 28 about the curses. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye should be sold unto your enemies for bound men and bound women, and no man shall buy you. You know. And if you got get Exodus. Exodus 20 and 2. I am the Lord, Yahweh thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. So the word Egypt is mean house of bondage. You know. So we was brought back over here to so called America, which is spiritually called Egypt, because we was brought over here as slaves. And jump down to 64. And the Lord Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other um gods, and the other gods are idols, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. You know, wood representing Christianity, and stone representing Islam. And this Deuteronomy 28, 48, 49. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. The Lord Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Because prior to coming over here, and the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we were scattered all over the earth. You know, east, west, south, north, you know, everywhere, all over the earth. And prior to coming over here, we spoke Hebrew, you know. Um, get the point is for um yeah, I'm gonna read on down from 1 to 7. Um, 2 Corinthians 4. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not. So the hopeful elect, you know, that's in this truth, you know, um, they not gonna faint. So the elect are not gonna faint, you know, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of Yahweh Shem Yahshua deceitfully. And that's what you pastors do, Christian pastors. You know, y'all take away and y'all add, and y'all have y'all private, y'all have y'all own, y'all want to make up your own interpretation of the Bible. You know, nor handling the word of Yahweh Shem Yahshua deceitfully, but by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. You know, so 2/3 just not gonna get it. In whom the power of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach Yahushua, who is the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them. You know, and get a quick precept for this verse, speaking on the God of this world. Um, First John. Yeah, First John 5:19. And we know that we are of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and the whole world lieth in wickedness. Um, um, get the other one. Revelation. Revelation 12:9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, you know, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So the so-called white man, who is the devil, the deceiver, because Esau, the so-called white man, he's a great deceiver, and he's our adversary. You know, the so-called white man, Esau, you know, he's our enemy. He's not our he's confederate against the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you other nations too. These heathen nations. Um, I'm gonna do a video, another sit down on you know the biblical names of all the nations, the 18 nations, and their names today. linking them up. But and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil, deceiver, and Satan, adversary, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So y'all, the so-called white man and his military power, his army, and all this gonna be brought down, gonna be taken down. You know, and um, go to Romans 9, proving that Yahweh Bashim Shai is only dealing with the Israelites. You know, only dealing with the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Romans 9, 1-5. I say the truth in Hamashiach Yahushua. I lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Ghost, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accused from Hamashiach Yahushua for my brother and my kinsmen according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertain of the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of Yahweh by Shem Shai and the promises, whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Hamashiach Yahushua came, who is over all, and Yahweh blessed forever. Amen. So that proves that the the adoption, the glory, and the covenant, the promises are all for the Israelites only. You know, and get back on you. Got a quick precept for these wicked pastors. These um Christian churches, teachers of lies, and these other false religions. Um, this Micah 3:11. The heads thereof judge for reward, and the prophet and Salaki. The heads thereof judge for reward, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money. Yet will they lean upon the Lord Yahweh and say, is not the Lord Yahweh among us? None evil can come upon us. You know, and 2/3, they in the house of mirth. These, like I say, these Christian churches leading you to destruction, and these Muslims leading y'all to destruction. You know. Um, had another precept somewhere. Um, oh, but in Matthew 24, you know, it was already um, spoken of from the beginning. You know, Yahweh told us that these false religions, you know, and these false religions and off um, these Israelite camps, that's teaching um, false doctrine. Get that right quick. Matthew 24:5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. You know, like they got a lot of camps out there, Israelite camps, that's going off, not teaching sound doctrine, you know, that's teaching that the Sabbath day is from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. That's a lie, you know. And yeah, but that's all the precepts I had. But with that, I'm gonna give infinite honors to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, GMS, who I learned this truth from on down, who I learned this truth from. And with that, Shalom Akim. Until next time.